Despite its profound impact on mental health, cardiovascular function, hormonal balance, immunity, and cellular integrity, vitamin B6 is frequently underrepresented or dosed well below optimal levels in many mainstream multivitamin formulas. While technically present on the label, the amount is often so low, typically 1.3 to 2 milligrams, mirroring the RDA, that it fails to address the elevated needs caused by stress, aging, medication use, or suboptimal absorption. This quiet underdosing creates a landscape of widespread subclinical deficiency, one that doesn't manifest in acute symptoms but slowly undermines health over time. One key reason for this underdosing is cost efficiency. Nutrient-dense formulations are expensive, and B6, especially in its active form pyridoxal 5-foot phosphate (PLP), is more costly than the cheaper pyridoxine hydrochloride variant used in bulk manufacturing. Manufacturers aiming for profit margins or compact pill sizes often reduce dosages across the board to fit into a single tablet, prioritizing marketing-friendly ingredients like vitamin C, D, or calcium, which are better understood by the public. B6 rarely appears in promotional materials, and because it's not typically associated with dramatic, visible effects, its omission goes unnoticed by consumers. There's also a deep-rooted fear surrounding B6 toxicity, driven by scattered case reports of neuropathy at high doses, typically above 200 milligrams per day taken for months or years. While caution is warranted, this concern has been generalized inappropriately to all dosing, creating an overly conservative approach that discourages even safe and beneficial levels, such as 10 to 50 milligrams daily. Most users would benefit from a modest increase in intake, especially if they're under stress, on medications, or following a high-protein or restricted diet, but manufacturers often avoid higher doses to preempt liability or adverse publicity. The result is a paradox. Many people believe they are covering their micronutrient bases with a multivitamin, yet walk away with inadequate support for one of the most metabolically active vitamins in the body. Worse still, symptoms of B6 insufficiency such as fatigue, irritability, poor sleep, brain fog, anxiety, or hormonal imbalance are often chalked up to lifestyle factors or aging, without ever considering that the multivitamin they rely on may be contributing to the very problems it was meant to prevent. Even among premium multivitamins, the issue persists. These may include higher quality ingredients or broader nutrient ranges, yet still use the cheaper pyridoxine form, which relies on liver conversion into the active PLP. This conversion process can be inefficient in people with inflammation, liver stress, or genetic polymorphisms. Without direct PLP supplementation, these individuals may experience B6-dependent symptoms even when supplementing at standard levels. There's also an educational gap. Most consumers are unaware of the difference between B6 forms or the factors that increase B6 demand. They don't know that medications like oral contraceptives, antihypertensives, antituberculars, and even alcohol can deplete B6 stores. Nor do they realize that stress, illness, or protein-heavy diets elevate the body's requirement for B6 beyond what most multivitamins provide. As a result, people take low-dose supplements in good faith, believing they are protected, when in fact they may be slowly drifting into deficiency. The consequences of this pattern are subtle but impactful. Marginal B6 status can impair neurotransmitter production, increase inflammation, elevate homocysteine, reduce immune resilience, and contribute to mood instability. These effects aren't dramatic enough to cause alarm, but over months and years, they erode vitality and increase vulnerability to chronic disease. And all the while, routine blood tests won't flag the problem. Standard labs rarely include B6 status unless specifically ordered. To correct this, greater emphasis is needed on functional nutrition, understanding how stress, medications, and lifestyle affect nutrient needs, and on improving public awareness of what a well-designed multivitamin should include. For B6, that means using the active PLP form in doses tailored to individual needs, not just the RDA minimum. In general, daily intakes between 10 and 25 milligrams of PLP are considered safe and effective for most adults, with higher levels used therapeutically under guidance. In sum, vitamin B6's underrepresentation in multivitamins reflects a broader pattern in nutrition: essential, behind-the-scenes nutrients being pushed aside in favor of what's flashy or fear-free. The quiet omission of optimal B6 doesn't cause instant harm, but its ripple effects accumulate slowly, impacting everything from mood to metabolism. In a health culture increasingly focused on optimization and prevention, It's time to give this overlooked coenzyme the respect and the dosage it deserves.